Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. And today I'm talking about what to do if you've never had a relationship. So the first thing that I want to talk about is your personal belief about what is possible for you. Now, sometimes people just don't get in relationships because they simply believe that they'll never have one. They have that, it's a really strong belief that they have that they'll never have a relationship. And, so as you think, so shall you be, is that famous quote, right? So essentially, this is what must change. You must have a new belief about yourself and what's possible for you. You need to have a really strong belief about what is possible for you. And this new belief should be, I can find someone to be in a relationship with. That's the simple new belief that you must adopt. But you must actually believe that. You must actually believe that's what's possible for you. Because if you don't believe it's possible for you, then you're never going to have a relationship. You need to believe that you can actually find someone. And I think that you can develop that. You can develop that belief. You have to really feel, basically, that you are able to actually find someone. You need to really feel that. You have to believe that you can find someone, and you can find someone who can have a healthy relationship with you. It's like the quote by Henry Ford. I'm pretty sure it's by Henry Ford anyway. And he says, whether you think you can or you can't, either way, you are right. So if you believe that you can find a relationship, you will. And if you believe that you won't ever be able to find a relationship, you will, because that's what you believe and that's what you're putting out there. That's how you're behaving. Like, if you believe you can't find a relationship, then you're not going to download a dating app. You're not going to spend that much time on those dating apps. You're just going to sit there and feel miserable, basically, and thinking about why you can't find a relationship. You're going to do things that are counterintuitive. So if you want to find a relationship, then you need to get a bunch of dating apps. You need to go to places that you enjoy going to so you can find like-minded individuals, and perhaps one of those individuals would be someone to be in a relationship with. So these are things that you need to really consider and think about and start doing, because if you believe that you can't find a relationship, then you're not going to find a relationship. You got to believe that you can, that it is possible for you. And believe me, there are people out there that, are in the worst kinds of situations possible. They might even be perceived as really ugly, yet they still find people to be with because they believe that they can find someone, and they exude that through their behaviors and what they do and their personality. But if you truly believe that you'll never be able to have a relationship, there's not much that I can do for you. There's not much that anyone else can do for you, because that's your belief. You have to believe that things can change for you. Even having that belief, just having the simple belief that things can change for me. Perhaps one day I might find a relationship is better than I will never have a relationship. Even that is better than that, right? So just starting, if that feels better for you, if you still at that point where you think, I can never find a relationship, perhaps ask yourself something like, well, is it possible that I could find a relationship? Is there a slither of hope that there is a chance that I can find a relationship? Is it probable that I might find a relationship one day? If that feels a lot more easier for you to believe and stuff like that. Because sometimes sometimes it's really hard to switch your belief about yourself. So if you go a little bit more general with that belief, shall we say, rather than, for example, if you've got no money and you start saying to yourself, I'm rich, right? Sometimes that might not be the best way to do it. It's kind of like going from 0 to 100. But if you think well, there's a lot of abundance in the world, and I'm sure some of that abundance will come into my life. That's a bit more of an easier belief to have. So it might be just going a little bit more general with your belief about whether or not you can find a relationship. That might help you. But it's important to know what you want in a relationship, because I feel like a lot of people go into the dating world and, they start meeting people with the kind of the wrong mindset. They don't really know what they're looking for. They don't really know what they want in a relationship. So a video that I recommend all the time, and this is one that you may have already watched if you are one of my reoccurring viewers, but if you're a new viewer, then I highly recommend that you go and watch this video on how to attract the right partner, because it might be the case that you're just not meeting the right kind of people and you're not really clear on what it is that you want. So if you really want to see change in the people that you're dating and the people that you're meeting, then I highly recommend that you go and watch that video and do the exercises in that video. Another point that I want to get into is, dating is really a numbers game. It's a game of numbers. And basically what that means is that sometimes you might have to go on 50 dates to find the right person. Or it might be as little as just 10 dates. Or it could be, the case that you might have to go on 200 dates and, keep on going, basically. That's the idea. You need to persist and keep on going on dates with people until you find the right one. Because remember, you only need to find one. You only need to find one good match. You only need to find one person who you can spend the rest of your life with, especially if you're from a monogamous society like how we are here in the West. You only really need to find one good match. You only need to find one person to settle down with. But sometimes you have to, meet a lot of people. You have to kiss a lot of frogs, shall we say, that's the popular term, to find the right person for yourself. Because this is something that I had a lot of trouble with. And that is sometimes people only focus on 1 or 2 people a year. And those 1 or 2 people a year are perhaps crushes, or perhaps even someone that's put you in friend zone. And they're kind of like your romantic love interest. And they can sometimes be your romantic love interest for years, right? But the thing is that you shouldn't be focusing on just 1 or 2 people. If you want to find someone to be with and you genuinely want a relationship, you need to go out and you have to put yourself out there and start dating a lot of people in order to find the right person for you. If you're only, daydreaming about 1 or 2 people, perhaps you've only had like 1 or 2 people that you've been interested in the last 5 years, that's not enough people. That's not enough people to meet and go out on dates with. You need to keep on dating. You need to keep on persisting. And if you really, really want a relationship, if you genuinely want a relationship, you will keep on persisting and you'll keep on going on dates until you do. That's how I found my wife. I just kept on going on dates until I found someone who I thought was right for me. And that's exactly what happened. I just kept on going on dates. And I was single for 3 years. And I was going basically 3 years of dating people until I found the right one for me, who I liked, who liked me in return, who ticked all of the boxes in the right ways. So you have to realize that, hey, this might take some time, but I've got to keep on persisting. I've got to keep on going on dates. I've got to keep on trying to find people to be with. I've got to keep on going to places that I enjoy and finding like-minded individuals. I need to keep on using these dating apps until I find someone who I really like and likes me in return and ticks all of your boxes. And remember, there's no shame in not being someone who's had a relationship yet. We all, I think the one of the popular terms used in this kind of scenario is, everyone blooms at different rates. For example, you hear about people who succeed really early in life, and then you hear about people who, became multi-millionaires in their 60s or 70s or 80s. Everyone works to a different clock, and just because everyone else in your on your social media page and all your friends are married, you just remember that your time will come. That's a good belief to have for yourself. And remember, going back to what I said at the beginning of this video, you need to believe that you can actually find a relationship in order to have one. Because if you believe that you're never going to have a relationship, then that's exactly what you're going to get. And if you believe that you can find a relationship and you can find someone to settle down with and be with, then that's exactly what will happen for you. So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to get in touch with me personally, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.